Writing for Learning Forward, Lori Calvert describes understanding and leveraging teacher agency as perhaps the most critical component for supporting effective professional growth for educators. Learning Forward emphasizes a shift from a reliance on one-size-fits-none workshops that are hopefully a thing of the past to incorporating teacher agency to identify and provide the most relevant professional learning opportunities for educators. Learning Forward emphasizes that the training most educators received for years was called professional development, implying it is something that is done to educators. Instead, they note that educators benefit from professional learning, in which they are in charge of their own learning or contribute to the learning of their colleagues. This is teacher agency, and when you harness agency, you are more motivated to learn, better see the relevance in professional learning, and are more likely to succeed learning new things to address change. And if there's one thing we as educators face routinely, it's change. Especially in the world of technology, change is a given. Consider the technological changes that have occurred just in the past 10 years, or since the new millennium. The Apple iPod became the iPhone in 2007, just a dozen years ago. Now most students walk around with smartphones that are more powerful than the first computers that once filled entire rooms. Facebook launched a few years before that, and now we tweet, snap, and post across a variety of social media outlets, not just for entertainment, but for education and advocacy, and for many people to make a living. Now being a social media influencer can be a job, and you can learn to become one. This example of social networks and network influencers is purposeful. Douglas Reeves accurately notes that change is not something that can be mandated, at least not successful change, and being reactive by implementing the change du jour from year to year encourages people simply to wait it out with the attitude that this too shall pass. And they often do. Instead, Reeves provides a twist to the idea of teacher agency by suggesting change is often best addressed by leveraging the network of individuals in a school. He repeats the findings of research by Gallup that individuals are far more likely to follow the advice of a colleague rather than an organizational leader or an outside trainer. Informal leaders or network influencers in a school often have great leverage with colleagues, and engaging these leaders in their networks is more likely to address the constant that we call change. Indeed, researchers for EdTrust found that the two most important factors that encourage teachers to stay in a school, even hard-to-staff schools, are staff cohesion and a school leadership who create a shared mission, focus on student achievement, and uphold a commitment to teacher training. Salaries or compensation or demographics of the school were not significant factors in retaining teachers. A school with a culture that acknowledges change, perhaps even embraces change, and empowers its network of staff to determine how to manage that change as part of their ongoing professional learning is far better suited to deal with change than one that is reactionary and tries to dictate change. Consider which change efforts you've been involved with that were successful. What sets them apart from those that came and went? How did teacher networks play a role in these efforts, either successful or not? Review the resources and suggested activities on the companion document, or find additional resources on your own to help you reach your goals related to continual learning and change agency.